All right. Continuing, I have as the king of the kingdom, my kingdom, not yours, I'm sure, unless you live in my kingdom, which I doubt. I know all the people that live in my kingdom. For example, so I got the royal decree back. The census was carried out in the last 25 minutes or so, and it turns out there are only 2 people living in my kingdom. One of them is a female. She's over 30, so she doesn't have to show up. She will. She'll show up probably about 5 o'clock or so, because she's out now, running around the other kingdom, neighboring kingdom. Where there are really fascist Nazi bastard dictators and bullies. She goes out. I don't stop her. She wants to go to the neighboring kingdom and be among those swine. Fine. Because there's a lot of good people in that kingdom that are being tortured and abused in various ways and oppressed. But she's pretty cool. She can handle it. Pretty soon she'll retire from that job where she is working at in the kingdom, the other kingdom, the dictatorship that's really an evil empire dictatorship, and she'll come home and stay in my kingdom, and we'll just go out together, maybe to other, occasionally, like if we want to go to a restaurant or something that's in another kingdom, we'll go there. Fine, because we're allowed. Got diplomatic immunity. We can travel wherever we want. Until the government bans traveling altogether. Oh, shit. Anyways, I was going to say, don't bring your children with you. Children under 12. Don't bring those. But then I realized that there are some children that are 10 and 11 who, might have some buds. So, and they might be wearing a bra because their parents or mother or whatever, or school, like if you're going to school, like you gotta come to school. You can't come, like you can't come to school not wearing a bra or not wearing a shirt because your little teeny boobs will be showing. And so anyway, stupid rules. But anyway, all right. So I decided that I would let the under 30 female population of my kingdom come to the meeting at 3 o'clock. Which I've called at 3 o'clock, and it shall be at 3 o'clock. Not necessarily right at 3 o'clock, a little after, a little before. We'll wait for you. So if you're a little late, don't worry about it. As long as you show up by 15 after. You can bring your kids, your children, your youngins. You can bring those. If they're a baby, and you have to breastfeed, it's like 3 o'clock, you might have to breastfeed at 3 o'clock. Bring the child, you can breastfeed in the royal kingdom. In the royal palace. It's okay. It's not a crime or anything. And the royal king, me, might actually watch you feeding your child, your baby, your infant, as Popeye would say. Isn't that just lovely? That is absolutely marvelous. It's like a miracle. A woman can stick a baby and his mouth will start on his nipple and then suck milk and life and nourishment right out of the mother. It's kind of weird how that works. Anyway, it works, apparently. It's been working for a long time. So anyway, I've said, bring your children because you might want to breastfeed them and you don't have a babysitter. What are you going to do? He said, I got to go to the palace. The king has decreed that all the women under 30, and I'm under 30, I got to go. And, I'm 15 or I'm 20 or I'm 27, or whatever. I got to go because the king said so. And in my kingdom, people don't come because I say, show up, because I'm the king, damn it. They show up because they want to know what the hell's going on. They're curious people, and they're open-minded to some degree. And they don't consider me dictating to them that they have to show up. They take it as it was intended, an invitation to a special event. And then, of course, they're still in shock because because somebody I just got me a nice bra and put it on under my tank top or whatever. Wait, I can't. It's against the rules. Shit. And they're running around all in a panic because they don't know what to do. So anyway, just show up, no bras allowed, in the palace. For now. I mean, in the kingdom, out there in the outskirts, maybe you can get away with it, because I'm not everywhere. And I don't have that many royal guard or anything that can go out and check. My kingdom is small. In fact, I can pretty much see all of it from the windows of my kingdom, my palace. I mean, I can see down there, I can see over there, I can see over there. I can see all around my kingdom just going out in the front yard. Okay, you get my drift. So anyway, youngins can come in the accompaniment of their parents, their mother, or whatever. If they don't have any babysitters, I mean, I don't want to make it difficult. Just show up, bring your kids if you have to. You don't have to, unless they're like pubescent and well, it'd be an educational process. It's not for adults only, is what I'm saying. Anybody, that's just a stupid idea, by the way. Adults only? Whoever came up with that? I'm guessing an idiot. So if you're like, okay, so like my radio show is like for everyone. Everyone. There's no restriction. I'm not oppressing people here. I might, as a king, order them, invite them to come to the royal palace and be in the audience. And I will say other wise and wonderful things to them when they show up at 3 o'clock. All right. And I'll get to look at them. Because I'm the king and I'm allowed. So, okay. And probably every other man in the place will too. But there aren't any in my palace, except me. Not counting the cat, who is a male. It's Tomcat. He'll probably run and hide anyway. He's kind of shy. So anyway, yes, you can bring your children. It's okay. They're not allowed to wear bras either, so if you got a little kid there with you and you're going to bring it in tow and the kid is like, well, I'm not going to discriminate here. I mean, every female under the age of 30. That means 29 down to whatever. Bringing your 4-year-old is optional. Bringing your 9-year-old is probably not optional. Because you should probably just bring anyone, let's just say from the age of 9 to 29. Show up. Be there. No bras. And I have some more to say about this. And I'm going to open the floor. My subjects are going to be able to allow a Q&A session after my royal talk. All right, so show up. Do that. And leave the husband and the boyfriend at home. It's not important. Not relevant. It'll just crowd up the place. They can wait outside if they want. There will be footballs and basketballs and other things to do for them, so they can just play in the yard. If they don't have to come in the palace. They just clutter up the place, and they'll probably be saying stuff and yelling shit, and just shut up, stay outside. You can have there'll be some sandwiches and some beer and some games and things, sports and stuff, and porn. You can watch porn. There will be stations set up around the yard, the perimeter of the palace, and there will be monitors, and you can just watch porn there if you want. Talking to the guys, not the girls. You have to be inside where, I can see you. All right. By the way, did I ever get an answer on that? Do I sound like a hillbilly? Do I sound like a West Virginian typical hillbilly person? Oh, by the way, there aren't any typical West Virginians, I don't think. There's a diversity here. I've even heard an Irish and Scottish accent from time to time, which is awesome. Come here, me lassie, come here. Where do we want to find a little leprechaun of some sort? Yes, we do. Yes, we do. And me mum, she coming too. Me mum's under 30, so she'll be coming. Yeah. I should just talk that way through the whole show. I've got other accents and stuff too. Hillbilly. I never say nothing like it, man. Never did say nothing like it at all. Mr. Dillon, I just don't know what to tell you. It's just outrageous, man. It's just Awesome. Awesome. Hey, can I bring my pot? Can I smoke a joint? I'm going to bring my pot. Just bring my pot. We're going to have free love, are we? No. We're not. So, hillbillies, if you're male, stay outside with the other guys. If you're a transvestite, you can try it. I'm not going to be that picky. If you're a transgender, like if you used to be a boy and you had the operations and all that, and the hormone treatments, and now you're a girly person and you got breasts because you grew them, because that's really weird. Think about it. Like, here you are, you're 25 years old, you have a surgery, you get hormones, and you're a boy, you didn't have any tits, and then they start growing, and you got tits. Like, wow. That's magic. Thanks to modern medical procedures and so on. All right. I'll let the transvestites and the transgenders and all that. Yes, you can come. Not discriminating, and you won't even have to sit, in a separate section just for you. You can just sit in the general population that is sitting around the throne, eagerly awaiting my word in regards to this new edict, which I have issued this morning, 45 minutes ago, decreeing that nobody bras are banned in the kingdom, particularly in the palace. Oh yes, we should pass the word around the palace and the kingdom. All royal servants and slaves and so on, concubines and so on, no more bras for them either. And they should be present because they're under 30, most of them. Yeah, all my concubine girls are under 30. Isn't that interesting? Well, there is one older, but she's like the matron of she takes care of the rest of them. It keeps them all in line, and stuff. And she should probably come just for her own information. I have a royal concubine lady person. Yeah. She doesn't have to be there. She can come if she wants. It's okay. In other words, the lady of the kingdom. The woman. No, first lady, so to speak. I have a king. I have a queen. And anyway, she takes care of the concubines. Keeps them in line. And make sure they're all clean and lilac. Like when I said, come in, bring my concubines. I want to see them and look at them and touch them and play with them and fuck them and shit. So the queen says, I didn't know that's what that meant. I didn't know that having concubines was like you could fuck them. Wait a minute. I'm the wife. I'm the king's wife. I'm the queen. I'm equal to the king. We won't get into that. Maybe she is, maybe she isn't. So she's in charge of the concubines. I'm not sure that's a good idea. I should ask my advisor. Is that a good idea? What? Letting the queen be in charge of the concubines? Is that a good idea? She might be like, no, you're not allowed to have concubines. Like, but I'm the king. But I'm the queen, and I'm saying no. And I'm your wife, and I'm the boss of you. Yeah, right. All right, I admit it. When the queen talks to me, I try to listen. Pay attention to these things. It's important. Details, like, what is she doing with my concubines? What is she telling them? What is she putting in their heads? That maybe they shouldn't be my concubines because she's jealous. Well, jealousy is a useless emotion. Might have been good back in the caveman days, but modern day America and stuff, just kind of silly. Emotions are tools to help your brain think logically, not the other way around. What I mean is, your emotions are not supposed to rule your brain. Your brain is supposed to rule your emotions. It's not a Spock thing, because Spock was, he had a wrong idea there. I love Spock. Spock was cool. And I loved him in the show, in the movies and stuff. He was very awesome. However, this suppressing the emotions thing is wrong. It'll cause all kinds of problems, as we could tell from just witnessing the turmoil that Spock went through from time to time when he allowed his emotions to surface. That's probably one of the very few defects I find in the Star Trek concept and franchise, is that Spock is suppressing his emotions. And you shouldn't do that. It's not healthy. You will become, oppression leads to suppression and repression, and that's not good for your soul or your psyche. It'll cause you traumatic, emotional, and mental problems. It'll drive you nuts. Besides, you're not Vulcans, so you don't have to do that here or anywhere, actually. Vulcans are like fictitious characters in a fiction. No real Vulcans that I know of. There might be some out there somewhere on Vulcan, wherever that might be. Probably not in this galaxy. It could be, but I doubt it. So anyway, maybe at the far corners, hiding behind, a planet or something, or a nova, supernova, or hiding in a black hole. You know what a black hole is? Yeah. Oh, by the way, all colors of people that are in my kingdom, black, white, yellow, red, green, purple, whatever, you all have to show up at 3 o'clock. It's a rule. I said so. I'm the king. Show up. And if you're black, you're welcome. I mean, there's no racism here. I'm not gonna hate on you. I'm not gonna discriminate against you and stuff. I'm just not. That's just my. That was another royal decree some time ago when I issued, which was no discrimination. None, because it's just not nice. I didn't make it a law. I just issued a polite mannerism that one should follow. If you're in my kingdom, you're a nice person, and you just don't discriminate against people like that. No racists in my kingdom, for example. And I don't talk about that much because they know that it's just not a good thing. We're not going to do it. Okay. And they're very compliant. They agree with that. On their own free will, by the way. I didn't force them to agree with it. They just said, the king's right about that. You shouldn't discriminate. It's just not polite. And it's just going to cause us trouble and bad karma and shit. Like discriminate against black folk and so on. Now, should we discriminate against Christians, for example? Not really. We should just acknowledge what they are. Not bright people. All right. Oh, somebody out there saying, right, yeah, we hear you, D, you dumbass. But I'm not a dumbass. The government of that larger kingdom that I'm in the middle of, the United States government and the country that it rules over like a fucking Nazi bastard. Adolf Hitler and Stalin lives in America. And one of those guys, Stalin, or let's say Hitler, lives in friggin' Texas, and his name is George W. Bush. Nazi fascist pig. Why is he still walking around free? What? Isn't crime against humanity? Oh, he's been convicted in court somewhere in the world. It said, he's guilty of war crimes and being, a fucking piece of shit. Oh, by the way, I can say that it's my radio show. It's where I talk and you listen. Or not. Free country. Not free country, but, as far as I'm concerned, you don't have to listen. Or you can listen. It's up to you. Free country. I say, in my kingdom, if you want to listen to me and you don't want to listen to me, it's fine. And if I order an official decree like no bras are allowed in my kingdom, then bingo, they're not. As it turns out, nobody in my kingdom wears a bra. Anyway, so it's kind of silly to even issue that proclamation. I'm talking about in the palace, maybe outside in the outskirts. But anyway. And there's reasons for that I won't get into. Okay, so I will. I mentioned it. The one woman that I know of who's over 30 in my kingdom, who lives in the palace, mine, palace, she's got small boobs because she had breast cancer and she had surgery, and they reduced them, and she still got boobs, but they're much smaller than they were. I don't have a problem with that. It's fine. She's alive. That's the important thing. But anyway, she doesn't wear bras because, one, she can't find any to fit. They just don't make bras that size. They just don't, which is kind of silly. Sad. Not silly. Sad. But since I've decreed none, then she's in compliance. She's been in compliance for like about 5 years now. So she doesn't really have to worry about that. The queen of my kingdom. And she can do what she wants. And she doesn't wear a bra because she can't find one. Would she wear one if she could? Maybe. Certain times. But she can't find any. So if my kingdom was rich and I was rich as a king and she was part of my kingdom, then which she is, then I would say, let's just design one for you, sweetheart, and we'll just have someone make it, like a person that makes bras. I would be kind. I would be nice. I would be a benevolent despot in that case and say, somebody in my kingdom make a bra that fits my woman. Because sometimes she thinks it's nice to have a bra for certain situations. She's not going to wear a bikini, so that's not going to happen. For reasons. Just for reasons. Not because she has a problem with nudity or the human breast or the female boob, as it were. She doesn't. Pretty sure she likes breasts. As a woman, she's not gay or anything. I know this for a fact because she said so. And when the queen says, I'm not a lesbian, then you take that seriously. Because she knows what she's talking about, and she's conscious, and she's very intelligent. Anyway, she might show up about 5 instead of 3, because she's not on her 30, but she might show up at 5. I might have another session at 5 o'clock for those that are over 30. And then they can come. No breasts. No bras. Breasts, no bras. But now we're just talking about under 30. Why? I'm discriminating? Let's take a moment to think about that. I have just issued a royal decree. Just think of it as a federal law passed by federal government, Congress, senators, those people. And the law says those under 30 are not allowed to own or wear a bra. And I didn't mention those over 30. I just said 30. Why did I pick 30? Why didn't I pick 28? Why didn't I pick 60? I mean, why 30? It was random. It was a fabricated number. I just came to my head and said, I think I'll just make it 30. All those under 30. It's kind of discriminating, isn't it, against those over 30? But no malice of forethought intended in this case. It was random. It was like I made it up out of thin air. I just said 30. It's sort of like the age of consent laws. Like the government makes those up. It's just like arbitrary and fabricated nonsense. It's like, we decree the government of the United States government and the state that belong to the Union. We just decree that age of consent in this country is 16. I suppose it used to be that the states could make up their own fabricated laws about that and say, like in New Mexico, it was like 13. And so on. But it's fabricated now because, ask nature. Ask Mother Nature. What's Mother Nature's law in regards to, age thing? And she'll tell me, assuming Mother Nature is a female. It's a metaphor. Come on. Get real. So she says, I don't care. In fact, I'm Mother Nature, and I made the rules of nature that says, because she's like a god, Mother Nature, and she said, I don't care about what age. It's just a number. It means nothing to me. I'm Mother Nature. I don't know. I don't do numbers. Which is the way it should be in society too. But yeah. Which is something we need to work on. Like, let's get rid of all these laws that are like anti-nature and anti-freedom. And I'm all for freeing the bra. I mean, freeing the breasts and the nipples and all that. I'm in favor of all that. No censorship at all allowed in my kingdom. Because only bad Nazi dictators do that. All right. Age of consent. You're just not allowed to do that because governments don't have the authority to dictate what nature is or says. You can't make nature says, hey, I'm a girl, I went through puberty, I've got boobs, and, well, let's just say tits. Boobs is kind of a stupid word, actually. It's okay, but let's just say tits. I'd say breasts, which is a very nice word. I like it. I love breasts. I love the word. It's very nice. And I guess if you say breasts, that sort of puts people in the mind of not being, sexist, or whatever. It's not so naughty. Tits is like a naughty word. Except when you're a cow, in which case it's okay. And then just put a couple of E's in there and make it teats. It's the same word, just a little bit, different, a little bit different. Means the same thing. Teats on a warthog. All right, so if you got nature, and nature says you're a woman now because you bleed, and you got tits, and you got a vagina with hair around it. Yeah, I know, girls nowadays are shaving it and stuff and making smoothies out of their vagina area, which is fine. I don't know if human beings would ever evolve to the point where they just wouldn't be born with hair. We're born without any hair on our vaginas, and we grew up, and we were mature, and we became women, and now we're 38 years old, and, we still don't have hair around our vagina, because it's been taken out of our DNA or something. I don't know if I like that idea. Hair around the vagina has a purpose. It's sort of like a cushiony thing. It helps. Sometimes it's a pain in the ass. And anyway, it seems to be a trend nowadays for all women of all ages to just get rid of the hair around their vagina, and I think it's okay if that's what you want. I don't have hair around my balls either, but hey, because I removed it. Well, it grows back, but you know what I'm saying. I shave it, and nothing wrong with that. It's my choice. My testicle bag, I'll do what I want with it. I won't hit it with a hammer, by the way. No, I won't. It's just stupid. I'm not doing that. That's just like, ow, shit, damn. Might disrupt my sex life a bit. And I've had a vasectomy, so, no big deal. Anyhow, 3 o'clock, you show up, and I'm gonna have it. I'll read the edict, the decree, the proclamation that I issued earlier this morning. Later, deja vu just came in. I just had the strongest case of deja vu again. Weird. Got so deep into it, I actually. A cat is meowing. What? Royal cat? What? Where are you? I don't see you. Interesting. Where's my royal cat? All right. Let me take a look around the cat. I'm going to take a break here. I'll be back in a minute. So he issued a royal decree. We, the royal we. And 3 o'clock, we're going to have all the ladies in the kingdom to come and invited to the royal palace, where I live, and to be an audience for me to issue further words of wisdom, etc., concerning the bra ban. Donald Trump bans travel into the country from those countries. Shit. Do I even have to talk about that? So, here's what happens. 3 o'clock comes around. All the females in the kingdom under 30. I was talking about that. Yeah. Arbitrary. I just chose that as an arbitrary number. I could have said any number I wanted. Nature would have said, there's no reason to put a number. And democracy, or freedom, let's not use democracy, we know all about that stuff. I mean, democracy is where, where 2 wolves and a chicken get to vote on what's for supper. Or if you've got a family of 5, let's say a mother, a father, and 3 children, guess what? Democracy doesn't work there so well, does it? It's like, oh, the 3 children get to pick what's for supper. No, 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 not mom and dad. After all, mom and dad does have the final say. Like, no, we're not going to have mom and dad for supper. You might have us over for supper, but you're not going to have us for supper. Meaning, you're not going to eat mom and dad. Which would be silly. Because then you'd be like, not have any parents. And you would be like 3 kids that are like under the age of 12, and you wouldn't know what to do with yourself. You'd probably starve to death or something. Well, then you'd go after the cat, wouldn't you? Let's eat cat tonight, dear. Okay, let's eat cat tonight, sweetie. Okay. Hey, sis, what do you think about the dog? Nah, don't want to eat the dog. So what's going to happen is they're going to show up, and I'm going to say, wow, isn't that... I've got a lot of people in my kingdom under 30, and they're females, a lot of them. And they're like, oh, wow. And there's my concubines over there sitting right next to me. Cool, awesome. And nobody's wearing a bra. That's awesome. Fantastic. And guess what? Nobody died. Nobody fell over dead. Nobody got arrested or anything. Well, I mean, I didn't find anybody with a bra, so yeah, I don't have anyone to arrest. And I do think there's a woman here in the crowd. So now we're pretending like it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. They're all here. All right, so there they are. I see a couple of ladies in the crowd that, I think they're pushing a little, because I'm thinking they're a little bit over 30. In fact, I'm pretty sure that one right there, that pretty brunette, is probably 38. Because she doesn't look that young. Okay. Here's another one that looks like she's 60 or 70 years old, somewhere in there. I'm not guessing real good, but I'm thinking, what are you doing here? I didn't decree for you to be here. And she says, I ask, and I'm like, what are you doing here, lady that's almost 70 years old? What are you doing here? And you're not wearing a bra, which is cool. Why are you here? Because I wanted to come in solidarity with my fellow females. Okay, that's all right then. You weren't required to come, but you did, so that's cool. And are you in favor or not in favor of the brassiere ban? And she might say, I'm for it. I hate wearing bras. I've been wearing bras all my life, and they are a pain in the ass. Or a pain in the tit. Depending on which way you look at it. Okay, you can stay. All right, continuing on. I have issued the royal proclamation. Bras are no longer allowed in the kingdom. Not aware to wear them, not aware to buy them, not aware to sell them. So all the Walmarts in my kingdom, nope, better not be any bras on your shelves. Like I said earlier, there's no Walmart in my kingdom. It's in the next kingdom over, but not here in this one. I have no control over the other kingdoms. That's ruled by somebody else. All right. So as it turns out, how many women do I have in my kingdom under 30 and over the age of, say, 10? There's a fair amount of kids. True. Yep. It's okay. And there's a woman over there breastfeeding. Actually, there's 2 or 3 of them. Breastfeeding. Awesome. That's just awesome, ladies. Beautiful. Keep up the good work. Feed that baby. Nature provided, and you are doing according to nature, which is awesome. Kids are probably going to grow up and be really smart and shit. And have a lot less mental problems. Or emotional problems. So, it's cool, and they're beautiful and wonderful. And there's some... Oh, okay, I'm just going to make an observation of all of the ladies under 30 in my kingdom. And let's just say, let's take a rough guess. How many women? I've got 327 women. They were counted as they came in the door. 327 women, a couple of them are over 30, and a few are under 12, and they don't have boobs, but, they should listen, they should learn. They should come. And there's no discrimination. I'm not going to discriminate against people under 18. You're allowed. You got the same rights as those over 18, so in my kingdom, you're equal in that regard, according to the rights. I'm talking about as far as government decrees and kings issuing proclamations. and federal governments and state governments of the Union, which I am not a part of at this time. All right, T for all nation, sovereign, independent, not attached to, say, Florida or Washington State or the Union, because I didn't join that union. How's that working for you, D? Well, not so well, because the kingdoms that surround me are always trying to invade my country and my kingdom and kill me, because I dare to stand up to them. You know, like Washington, D.C., that kingdom, department, capital, terrorist capital of the world. Duh. Right. Yep. Evidence. Just look at the evidence. And I'm looking at these 327 women, a couple of older than 30, and a couple under 20. That's awesome. And they came, which is really cool, because even though I'm the royal majesty of the kingdom, I don't really have that kind of control over my citizens, my people, my subjects. Yeah. Believe it or not, I'm a king and a dictator, but you know what? I'm just not going to order people to show up in my house. It's just not going to do that, because it's just not very king-like. What? It would be monarch or despot or whatever, but I'm not that kind of king. So anyway, and I didn't really discriminate. I suggested 30. I didn't say it was a rule. You don't have to be under 30 to show up and be in the audience of the king right now, today. So there are probably others over 30 out there that would have come in, but for some reason they didn't. I don't know. Maybe they decided to stay outside and play in the yard with the men. Well, that might have been my choice, because somebody in the audience is going to record what I'm saying and then play it back to them people outside, those people outside, and then they will know. So it's not like, and they got loudspeakers, and they'll be broadcast outside the palace and around the kingdom through the loudspeakers. And by the way, I got internet, so I can issue my proclamation, and it can be heard, worldwide, even in Greece and Russia and Japan and shit. Oh yeah, maybe somebody in Japan is interested in what the king has to say. That is to say, me, myself and I, on the radio show, pretending to be the king of the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? I'm playing a role, and it's all hypothetical. Technically, it could be called the monarch of the capital, whatever. Doesn't matter. So anyway, moving on. And I'm looking and I'm thinking, you know what? I've got how many concubines? 0, actually. So who are these people? They're pretending to be concubines to kind of fit in with the scenario that you're playing with here. So I've got actors and actresses in my scenario that I'm playing out for you as the king of the kingdom, and they're pretending to be my concubine people. And there's how many? 23. It's cool. It's a good number. That's a natural biological count. How many? Count the heads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Mathematical, which is what logic is based on. Accurate formulas that are actually valid formulas that we can use to calculate a conclusion logically. So how many so I've got like 23 concubines here on around the throne with me, and they're pretending to be concubine. They're not really, because you can't own people. It's against the rules. So I guess all the concubines that are here in my pretend kingdom, in my pretend palace, in my pretend throne room, are just pretending to be my concubine persons. None of them are over 30, by the way. Except the headmistress one of her, what ladies in waiting and so on and so on. Anyhow. So we have 23, and I'm like, I should pick a couple more. Just make it probably should have 31. A different concubine for every day of the month. And 2 on certain months. And February, like 3 extra. Which means I could have 2 women that particular day of the month. Or 3 in my bed. Well, I can have a combination of any one I want. I don't have to just have one. I got 31. Well, I will in a minute. After I pick 3 more, and then I'll have concubines, 31, 1 for every day of the month, and obviously 4 for every day of the week. Don't have to stick to that. It's not like a rule or anything. It's not like nature's law. And just, tonight I feel like 2 women. And I pick that one and that one. Go to my bedroom. I'll be in shortly. To give you some royal fucking. Yes. It's all pretend. We're making it up. It's just pretend, people. Don't get carried away. All right. So real quick. There's 327. I'm going to pick that one, and that one. Oh, in reality, I wouldn't pick them that fast. I would have them to all 327 of them would have to like audition or something, like present themselves to me and tell me why I should pick them or why I shouldn't pick them. If that's what they want to say. So I'm kind of running out of time on this segment. Again, time sure does fly when you're having fun. All right. But I would say, okay, everybody, all of you, okay, one at a time. Step forward and tell me stuff about yourself and let me see your tits. So, if you're wearing a top, like a tank top or a blouse or whatever, or a bikini top, which I just said is banned, wait a minute. Step forward, show me your tits. I'm the king, come on. You don't have to be shy, I'm just a king. I mean, it's not like I'm like, I'm not going to body shame you or anything. I mean, your tits might be too big, too small, a little ugly, hanging down, saggy, whatever, underinflated. Nope, I'm not gonna do any body shaming on you. You might be fat, like some of the women in the crowd here, the 327. Just quite a few of them are like a little bit overweight. Not gonna discriminate against you guys. You're just guys. They're not guys. They're girls. You gals, you're all wonderful, and thanks for coming. So, have some tea or some Kool-Aid or whatever. It's not laced with anything, so it's safe. It's good. And to prove it, we got royal tasters. They'll taste it and show you that they won't hurt you. And it won't brainwash you. There's no brainwashing stuff in the Kool-Aid. Just enjoy yourselves, guys, girls, gals. Have something to eat. Have some sandwiches. Got some little bird sandwiches there. And have some croissants and stuff. Or cookies, whatever. And if you don't want the beer, well, there's beer for the guys outside. Inside, there is beer, but whatever you want. Milk, Kool-Aid, beer, wine, even the young ones, because there's no law against that. We don't discriminate against people based on their age. So, if you're 12 and you're thirsty and you want a beer, help yourself. Because in my kingdom, we don't discriminate against that. We are not that kind of fascist, nutty bastard freaking kingdom. Drink some wine if you want. It's allowed. But your parents, your mom should probably make sure you don't get too drunk and die. Be responsible, mothers. Don't let your children, your daughters, drink too much wine. A little bit won't hurt them. All right, I gotta go. Time's up. Might do another segment here today. Maybe not. But it is 10 o'clock. And I got a busy afternoon with the 3 o'clock thing and the girls coming and the bra banning and all that. So, okay. So, anyway, I hope you had some fun doing today's show and the previous one. And I'll talk to you later. D. McClung. King of the Realm. Art Monologues. Bye for now.